Welcome to Shoeman's Model Shop, and as you may have guessed by the opening, I'm going to be building this Godzilla. I'm going to be building this for the HobbyLink International Halloween group build. They've been doing this for a long time now, and I think this is maybe the first year or second year I'll be getting into it. And as you can see here, I will be building Godzilla. This is the Polar Lights 1/44 scale. Even though there's no scale on here, I believe that is the scale. It's going to be a big model. Matter of fact, on the side it says 16 horrific inches tall. Some of my plans, I'm going to try to light this up. I'm going to try to light the spines here, and instead of him eating the train, I'm going to have him breathing out his fire, and I may try to light some of the buildings in the background, but we'll see. And I also want to use some sound, but I'll get to that more when we do out of the box. So we're going to get to an out of the box review, show you what I plan to do with this, and we'll get to that in a second. So let's get started with the out of the box review. First, look at the box. The box art is really cool, and also part of this is neat is that it gives you, as part of the box, some of the background you see here. So we start with the side here, and of course, remember I said 16 horrific inches tall, big diorama base, full color background in parts, and of course it's again by Polar Lights. And so on the back, this is where you can cut this out as a background, and you can see the little buildings here in the, let me see if you can hear the people running away in the tank. And then on the other side it's basically the same thing. And let's open her up. So we start with the instructions. These are pretty basic instructions. I mean, it's basically a couple of pages. You can see the assembly. It's pretty simple. The base, and then in the back it says, you know, put it on the base, and then here's the backgrounds. And on the side here is the other part of the background, so you can cut that out and then have that on the front. Here's the parts. Now, one other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be replacing these fins, and I'll show you that in a second. But we have a Godzilla nameplate, the little tank, the sprue, and some of the buildings. Here we have more of the buildings, and you can see Godzilla's arm. So it's going to be pretty big. And some of the trains. So like I had mentioned, I was going to plan on lighting this. So how was I going to light it? I want to light these fins up. So, you know, in the movies, when he gets ready to breathe his fire, the fins kind of light up. So I've been 3D printing these clear blue fins. Now, it looks like I'm trying to match pretty close to what the size are, and these don't like match up word by word, but I think I can figure them out, and it's a pretty close match. And so hopefully the idea is I'm going to put a lighting strip in the back that'll flash, and then, well, these will light up, and you'll see the light coming through these, and we'll see how that goes. If that doesn't work out, I'm still going to leave these blue because I think that's kind of neat, and I can just do some little painting to make that work out. So next we have the base. You can see the base. It's a pretty good sized base. It goes like that. One of the things that I'm going to also be doing, and this was, I believe, on Lou Damaso's channel, he was talking about how the Godzilla just sets on top of the base, and if this was a real Godzilla, his feet would be impressed. So I'm going to cut out these and then put his feet in there. I'm also probably going to have to build something to go on top of this base, so I can put in the battery and the power supply, and the sound card I'm going to use because I want to use some sound. But the board looks pretty cool. You see the train tracks, the tank treads. So that'll be that's a kind of a neat base. And then next we have more body parts. This looks like this will be the back spine. And I just kind of quickly threw the tail together so you can see where the little spines are going to go. And I should be able to put lighting in there, but how? Because I think if I put the tape in here, it's going to not be enough. We'll see. We'll work that out. One thing I have seen by watching some builds of people doing this, the fit is not great. There's going to be a lot of seam work. And also in some places it's really super thin. So I may have to do a lot of light blocking to keep the light from coming through those thin places. And then, again, the rest of the tail. So you can see this is going to be a very big leg. So it's going to be a big diorama when it's all done. Tank treads. And a hand. So that is the out of the box. Now I'm going to get to show you what I plan on doing to add to this. So as I'd mentioned, I plan on doing some updating. Like I said, I want to light these guys. And I want to use like a flicker. So the guys over at Hobby Link International have developed these little flashing boards. So they're built for ships, starship cars. They have a flasher and a strobe, but it's a little small card and it'll fit in this model nicely. Uses a 12 or 9 volts. So if you're interested in doing some lighting on your kits and you want a small board, go over and look at Hobby Link International and pick you up one of these. Very nice boards, and as we go along and see how that works. Also, I wanted to put some sound in there. Godzilla needs some sound. So I picked up this sound card. First time I've used it. It's multiplay. It has 120 seconds, so that should be enough for me to get, Godzilla roars, maybe some music, some sound effects in there. And then we'll see how that goes in. Like I said, I've never done a sound in a model before. This should be pretty fun. It should be easy, apparently. You just hook this USB into your computer, push the sounds out to it, and then there's the buttons here that you would set up on your deal. You press the buttons and you'll get sound. So we're going to start working on that, and we'll see how that all comes out, and I hope you'll enjoy watching the build once I get the build done. Thank you for watching.